guys, it's Brooke from Gobstoppers here. Today we are interviewing Kirstyn Campbell from KC Fit, and we have got lots of things to talk about, like leaking and pain during sex, sore tummy, lower back, and what else?
How to exercise well, how to relate or reconnect with your mum body, which is often different to your pre-mum body. Yeah, and all the aches and pains that come with it, and we're going to talk about answers to your problems and how to overcome it. Brooke and I are going to share a little bit about us to show you that many of us are living with symptoms of pregnancy or childbirth, and we don't talk about it. So we are here to talk about it, to hear how common things can be and how common doesn't mean normal, and some solutions and answers to questions you may have had or you didn't even know that you had, but you're happy to hear.
How to deal with this mum body.
Yes, exactly. Very cool.
So, Kirstyn, is it normal to leak when you sneeze and cough and yell at your kids and exercise?
No, it's really, really common. So 1 in 3 mums leak, and this might be through pregnancy, might be after pregnancy, or both. And leaking can actually be wheeze or poos. So it happens to a lot, and as we get older, it goes to 1 in 2 leak, and then over our whole lifespan, 80% of mums leak. And it's not normal. You can get help with it.
So when you say help, what sort of help can
you
get?
Good question.
Yeah.
So like you're in hospital, you've had your child, or you're at home and you've had your child, and if you're lucky, a midwife gives you a pamphlet about doing pelvic floor exercises, and you're shattered and recovering, and I don't even think I took mine home.
I didn't get one.
Yeah, you didn't even get one. So first of all, we look at our pelvic floor. You don't literally look at them because they're inside. It wouldn't look pretty.
No, it definitely doesn't.
But we turn to our pelvic floor muscles and get educated and get help. There's actually a petition that we've got going around at the moment asking the government for better care for us mums. In Europe, you get funded several appointments with a women's health physiotherapist who specialise in our bodies. So at from the 6-week postpartum check, you would get a check by a women's health physio who will check. You can have your caesarean scar checked, any stitches you've had downstairs, because tearing or getting cut is actually really common as well. So having to have stitches down there is really common. And then internally you can have a check to see how your structure's sitting after children and after childbirth. So getting educated, learning how to do your pelvic floor exercises, and getting a check with a women's health physio would be the best thing that you can do. And while people can think of your pelvic floor muscles as a taboo or a gross thing, I look at them just the same as a bicep, or just the same as our quads. They're a muscle that if you exercise, they'll get stronger. If you overdo stuff or underdo it or do it wrong, it can get injured, really weak, and actually too strong, hypertonic. And you're looking at how to get your pelvic floor muscles functioning really well. The only distinct thing is no one says, people will go, wow, your biceps are looking awesome, you've worked your biceps out. But no one goes, whoa, I can see you've been doing your looking. Except your husband.
Yeah, of course.
He will be very pleased.
So tell us, how does your program help with these sorts of things?
So I've got an online pelvic floor program called Sneeze Without Wheeze, purely because it's catchy. A lot of people relate to it. Not everyone does sneeze with wheeze. They might have different problems, like you can have other pelvic floor challenges like urgency. Like you're 1 minute you're fine, the next minute you're really busting, and you might not make it to the toilet, or you might make it to the toilet and that urgency is a problem. You might have an issue where you don't empty properly, so you a frequency issue where you go to the toilet a lot. It's okay, it's okay to go toilet once in the night. That's deemed normal. But more than that in a night means that your bladder's not strong enough or not coping with being full, because we should be able to and then go in the morning. And the not emptying can be, you know how we're toilet training a child, and we normally, well for me, I was like, go to the toilet before you eat or after you eat, go to the toilet before you leave the house, go to the toilet when you get somewhere. We can train our children and our bladder to go too frequently. And it's deemed normal to go once every 2 to 3 hours. And if you're going more than that, what it is, so if this is our bladder, and this is our bladder full, we can train our bladder to think this is full, and empty really regularly. Another thing, reason for frequency can be if you have a form of a prolapse where your pelvic floor have dropped, it can be dipped, and so it can't fully empty because it's not sitting up, the bladder's not up straight, the pelvic floor is down. Other things with the program is the coughing, the sneezing, the jumping, the laughing, the yelling can put pressure on your pelvic floor that they're not strong enough for. Things like we've just been having a coffee together in a bit of a gas bag, and caffeine, fake sugar, alcohol, and acidic things, and just even carbonated soda can aggravate your bladder and make you need to go to the toilet. And caffeine can be a little bit of a laxative. So some people who suffer from constipation know you have a coffee, you know you're going to go toilet, so that's hand in hand. But also, if it's aggravating your bladder, then that's when we need to pull back. So the program teaches around all areas of pelvic floor dysfunction, incontinence issues, around constipation, because people who suffer from chronic constipation are pushing their poo out all the time, and that can prolapse your bowel. Wow. My dog's in the back.
I did not know that.
And there's tips on how to overcome that, how to get help. There is painful sex is a thing, or uncomfortable sex, or you can feel fine during sex, but afterwards you have like a heavy dragging feeling, or then it can feel uncomfortable. So I talk about all of that stuff. I have different videos in it teaching you if your current issue might be frequency. So I've got a video just on frequency that teaches you around it. I've got a detailed exercise video teaching you how to do your pelvic floor exercises properly. There's a slow twitch and a fast twitch fiber muscle. Just like I equate it to, you might be a slow long distance runner, which is the slow twitch, or you might be into sprinting, which is a fast twitch. And our bodies usually have different mechanisms like that they are better at. Our pelvic floor needs to be good at both. So if you're standing, your pelvic floor muscles are working, especially if you're dry, and ours are rested right now because we're sitting, and so functioning throughout the day, our pelvic floor are working, lifting, walking, and all of that. When we sneeze and cough and laugh and jump, that is the fast twitch fiber muscle where we need them to switch on, and they might be push, push, push. Some people are fine coughing until it's been a long coughing fit, and that's fatigue. So I talk about that, how to recover and relax it. So the Sneeze Without Wheeze program is designed to even accompany an appointment with a women's health physiotherapist. If you're like me, you go to an appointment, you hear one thing and that's all that sticks, and everything else that they tell you, you're just like, and it just goes out the other ear. So I teach on loads of stuff, and knowledgeable. And you can go back and be reminded of it. And then
you've got the different levels as well, don't you?
Teaching you it, you get to work through it and then go back to it whenever you need to. So that's the Sneeze Without Wheeze. If you're like 80% of lower back pain is connected to your pelvic floor. Wow. And so often You improve your pelvic floor, which could be a postural thing, it could be a strength thing, and your lower back pain is improved. The other stuff can be your core strength, which goes into the KC Fit Core Restore program, where I'm teaching you at the ground level how to use this deep core muscle called your transverse abdominis muscle. And your pelvic floor and your deep core muscle, the transverse, are your most important deep core muscles that I think that we need as mums. That can close a tummy split. If you have a separation in your stomach, you might have a doming bulge. It teaches you how to close it, how to strengthen it, how to function.
So everyone who's got a separation in their stomach, they'll be able to tell by looking at it, or do you need someone to?
I teach you. So I have a video in that program that teaches you how to find it for yourself.
Wow.
Going to a physio will definitely be more accurate because they do it all the time. Because I specialise in doing this stuff, I check women all the time. I've had my fingers in hundreds of tummies, literally hundreds of tummies, and so you get a hang of how to check for it. But and then there's grades so I start really easy, and I've got 6 core workouts that progressively get harder and harder. So as you nail that, you can go to the next one and then work on it. Once you nail that, you go up. And I've just had girls messaging me and they've gone up too fast. I'm like, no, you've got to go back, nail the first stuff to then move up. Functional exercise.
Do you want me to let Bailey in?
You should, it's raining. So functional exercise is really important for us to function as mums. Like, if you bend over to pick up your child or a washing basket or your groceries, then you're using your core and your whole torso. And if your core's weak, you're going to put pressure on your lower back, you're going to put pressure on your pelvic floor. Off you go. And so the videos are helping you to do that. Teaching you how to do it through those, the core stuff and the pelvic floor, the sleeves of that leaves.
You've got lots of videos in there too, don't you?
And it's the online fitness membership which has the different levels of foundational core strength, because I have a program called Tight Mummy Tummy in Bits, and that's rehabilitational, where I teach you how to connect with your body. We work on posture alone, we work on
That's something I've sat here this whole time like that. That's something I really need to work on.
So all the level 1 videos in that membership is for that stuff. And then it goes up a level if you're ready to do, standard exercises like press-ups and squats and lunges and stuff, and I'm teaching you how to do it using your core, using it really well. And then if you're ready, you go up to my advanced level, which is still teaching you how to use your body properly, teaching you how to pull back when you need to or go hard when you can. And then there's yoga, mum yoga. So I've got a guru yoga instructor who has her own yoga school, teaches yogi instructors how to do it, and she has a pre and postnatal qualification, because our bodies, there's a huge misconception. A mum's body is not weaker, it's not lesser than, it's not broken in the sense that it's destroyed you. A mum's body is different and just needs to be understood differently. Like, if you have a tummy separation, if you have challenges with your pelvic floor, it's an injury. Just like you sprain your ankle. It's an injury, you've got to rest it, you've got to do exercises to improve it, and then you gradually go back to, if it was running, or you wouldn't sprain your ankle and then go back to running. You would give it the time to repair and stuff. And so that is what I feel the mum body is like that. Rest is so important. We are tired, we're fatigued, we are pulled from all strings, and getting as much sleep as we can, and then nurturing us with movement that's really good for us is so important. And there is such a stigma on social media that we need to look as though we've never had children, which is just a lie. It's like, you've got this great mum body that serves you really well for what you ask for it. And so I encourage mums to give back to our body and be gentle.
And it can only take, I think you've got programs from like 4 minutes a day to up to 45 minutes. The whole myth, I know I used to go to the gym and spend a good hour to 2 hours at the gym, and the myth of that you have to have even a really long run, because I love to run, is just a myth. Like, research was done on cyclists, that one group did an hour worth of cycling and another group did 4 minutes every day. And they did speed tests, so you always compare yourself to yourself, not anybody else, so no comparison. They all did a speed test before this trial, and then had a period of time when they did the 1 hour a week, no more cycling, and the others did 4 hours every day. The group who did the 4 hours every day increased their speed more than the people who did it once. 4 minutes?
4 minutes, not 4 hours. Thank you.
4 hours. Wow. It's a long time.
So the group who did 4 minutes improved their speed more than the group that did it
goes
once.
to show a little bit is just as much as a lot of it.
A little bit every day. So consistency is key.
Consistency is key, I agree.
And the intensity doesn't need to be there. You can do the introductory level, you can do the intermediate level and the advanced, or do a mix up wherever you're at, and be advancing in your body, getting healing, getting good foundations, and then getting as fit and strong as you want to, because we're all different. Like what do you want to do as a mum?
What do I want to do?
With your children,
I
or
just
with
want to
your
be
family.
healthy and quality time.
That's
what I want.
Awesome. Like, a lot of mums will say that they just want to be able to keep up with their kids. You know, the kids want to race up, or Mum, come to the trampoline park, and you're like, no thanks. So like, I believe that us as women, we don't need to train as though we're joining the Olympics, because we're not. We need to train to have a fun, healthy lifestyle, and repairing ourselves, because the painful sex, the leaking, the urgency and frequency is not something we have to live for the rest of our life. There are, like, any contraindication that you have from childbirth or pregnancy, or even age, because as we get older things change as well. There's always help. There is always help we can get. There are women's health physiotherapists who are amazing, and trainers who are qualified in pregnancy and postnatal exercise. And another myth is that, like, you girls, how old's your baby to be postnatal? Like, how long are you postnatal for?
I have no idea.
So some people say we have our 6-week check, or the 6 months, or the kids a year. Like, people believe that the postnatal time frame is limited, and it's not. Once you have a child, you are postnatal for life. And so these things are not just for people who have babies or toddlers or preschoolers. They are people who have children. And no matter how old you are, you benefit from looking after your body and listening to it. And even in our cycle, there is like 2 weeks in our cycle where we peak. We feel stronger, we might leak less when we're sneezing and coughing, and then there's 2 weeks where you might have PMT, you might be, your estrogen levels drop, and you cannot peak in exercise, and that's when you need to pull back and be kind. And the other times, that's when you can charge on a lot harder. So Brooke and I wanted to come today to say, what you may be feeling will likely be really, really common, but you don't need to live with it. There is help that you can get, and the way that I, as a trainer, came to come around this is not just because I'm a mum. So I've got a 12-year-old and a 9-year-old. I found out about this stuff because I got injured through exercise. So my tummy tore in half, and pulled apart, and my pelvic floor was weakened through exercise. So I was cranking out and doing burpees and mountain climbers and jump squats and full press ups and like everything that you do that's normal exercises, and I wasn't thinking about my deep core. I was smashing out how many, you know, you've got your 2 minutes to do as many burpees as you can, or
sounds like me.
Yeah.
That's what I do. Yeah.
So that stuff feels great, and you feel like mentally you're like, yeah, I'm smashing it, it feels awesome. But unknowingly to me, I was little bit by little bit, I was weakening my pelvic floor and my stomach. So sit-ups and crunches and planking, I thought I could feel the burn, I was going hard, but unknowingly I was weakening and damaging it. Yeah. So I felt a dip in my tummy. I never leaked. I thought my pelvic floor was strong, but it was the women's health physio who did the internal to feel. I thought I could squeeze and lift for 10 seconds, which is what you're that's what the most you hold for. But she found out in the internal, I was squeezing and lifting and unknowingly lowering. I thought I was still up there and it dropped down. And so I was all cocky thinking I was awesome, but I wasn't as strong as I thought I was. And then it's not just strength, you need to be able to release as well. The hypertonic, the too tight causes problems. You can leak being tight, you can leak being weak, and that's where a physio helps you to find out what your problem is. Because if you just go out and go, okay, I'm leaking, I need to do exercises, but you're hypertonic, you're too tight, you're just going to get tighter and tighter. You need to be able to release as well and feel it, and the physio helps you with that.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, there's a lot to know. So I went from, I love to push my body really hard, and that injured me because I still trained the way I did pre-kids and like men do. I loved it. I got injured, I had to come back and heal, so physio taught me, I retrained and studied, and that made me so passionate. I was angry that I wasn't taught. I was angry that I had studied and not learned any of this, and I was angry that no other personal trainer who had trained me knew about it. And so I took that anger and I was like, us mums need this. It feels like everything's for the kids.
Yeah.
Mums
Something for ourselves.
Yeah. So I'm super passionate about teaching mums how to listen to their body, because we don't. You fall pregnant and you're sick and you're tired, but you don't stop and lie down and rest. We keep going, right? We charge on. So we start ignoring the signals our body gives us from then, flipping it to coming back to listening, and knowing from the listening, I can push on a bit today, or I need to pull back. So heal your body and then get as fit and strong as you want to by listening to your body.
Healing first and then charging on.
Yeah. The picture of the sprained ankle.
Yeah.
And
it makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. So can you tell us a little bit more about your home online fitness program? And what that costs?
Yeah. So I've got an online fitness membership called KC Fit at Home, because I'm trying to help mums with any challenge you have, and a lot of it is you can't leave the house because you're stuck there with your child, going through sleeping times, feeding, you're busy. So the workouts are, like I said, 3 different levels of workout, plus there's yoga, and they're pre-recorded. I used to do them live. No one came because it never worked with their time. So I was like, okay, and the quality of video is better pre-recorded. So they are all pre-recorded. I've done them. I'm talking through to, you're like, I'll say, release, lower your shoulders, remember to breathe, because we hold our breath a lot and we don't realize we're doing it. Or I'll talk about posture, like doing it again. And I'll talk through your pelvic floor and what you want to be feeling. So they, like you said, they range from 4 minutes through to 45. And every level has different time frames. So if you've only got a small amount of time, you choose ones that are short. So
you'd start off on the first level, and then you would choose, and then you move on to the next one when you're ready. And you will tell us when we're ready, and we can move on. Yeah.
So there's an introductory course. So there's health forms to check, a pelvic floor health check, and I teach you right at the start, tummy split, how to do your transverse, so checking for a tummy split. I teach you how to how to activate that deep core muscle transverse, how to do your pelvic floor exercises, and how to exercise with your pelvic floor. This stuff all correlates into functioning. So if I'm teaching you how to exercise with your pelvic floor, it's the same as how to pick up your children with using your pelvic floor and not pushing them out. So you pass that, you do that course, and then you start with level 1, and once you feel like you've nailed level 1, like I'm confident, then you move on to level 2. And some women confidently move on, and others will contact me and say, Kirstyn, can you, this is me, am I ready yet? Or, you know.
There's that guidance behind the scenes from you as well.
So you either email me, or we've got a Facebook community, a private one just for people who are in that group. You either access the videos, there's a workout library, you either access that through the website or in the Facebook group, because everybody's different. Some people are like, I don't want to be on Facebook, because you get distracted. So then you just stick with the website, and then you can go to the Facebook group. I talk in the group, every week I do like, okay, this is our aim, let's look at, like one week I said, I just want you to exercise for 4 minutes every day, whether it's going walking, which is nothing, or if it's doing a quick workout. Another week I might say, let's see if we can do 3 20-minute workouts this week. So you do whatever you want, but I'm there to guide and motivate.
And the whole time making this core strong and this pelvic floor strong.
Which
is amazing.
Which is like, I've got a heart, like mental health in New Zealand is a big problem, and us mums can get sad and down and lonely for various reasons. Exercise is proven to help with mental health, and if you feel down about your body, you're going to feel down, and the more we can feel better and good about our body, you move your body, you release endorphins, which is your happy hormone, and it cancels out that sad, stressed or anxious hormone. I've got breathing videos that help with anxiety. Anxiety is getting worse. So I want you to exercise safe. I want you to help to heal, and I want you to be happy and a happy mum. Happy you as a happy mum and a happy wife. So I have the prices are crazy. So due to COVID, I've currently still got it at $7 a week. So unlimited access to all of that for $7 a week, and what you sign up for, you keep that price.
That is insane.
So on Wednesday it goes back to $10 a week. So I hope Brooke posts this before then. But even $10 a week is a crazy price to have access to all of these.
And to heal your body.
Yes. Like if you did my Tight Mummy Tummy and Bits rehabilitation course, that's $30 per class. So those level 1 workouts are worth $30 a workout, and I'm giving you them for $10 a week because money's not always easy as mums and families, and I want it to be accessible. You can actually pay for an annual membership. I think it's $299 for the whole year. So some people are good with lump sum, do it.
Don't have to worry about it.
And other people prefer to do a weekly payment. So
I'm so excited. I can't wait to get started.
I love it.
I already need to go to the bathroom, and I just went before, so I don't want to have to keep going to the bathroom all the time like I do. So thank you.
You're welcome. And there's so much I could teach you just about that. It could be the coffee that made you need to go to the toilet. It could be the glass of water, though I drank half of her water accidentally.
I was like, is that my water?
And I'm a dork in the videos. I joke and I'm real. Like, I think there's enough. Like, I actually put makeup on today because I didn't want you to see my rings. But I think there's enough perfectness on social media that makes us compare our worst to, that makes us feel not enough. You'll see when I record the workouts early in the morning, I'm like, and I get more energy the further on the workout goes.
And that's the great thing about working out, is it gives you more energy.
Oh my gosh,
so you just take that time to just do a little bit.
Awesome. Snooze Without Wheeze is $57, and you have the price for life, and Roz wants that price put up. So get in before my mentor puts my price up, my coach, and the core restore is a 6 videos worth of core workouts you have forever as well, and that's $97. That's rehabilitating. If you did my Tight Mummy Tummy and Bits course, it would cost you $300, and so you're getting core restore for $97. It's crazy. And access to me. So you email, you Facebook message, you've got me as your trainer to talk you through stuff, because there is no one-stop fix for everybody. And we're all different, we feel things differently, and I just want to help. So if you need extra attention, then I'm here to give it to you.
You're amazing.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Cool. Well, there we go.
Done.
Wrap it up.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much, guys. I hope that was helpful for you, because it was really helpful for me. I wasn't aware that you needed to go to a physiotherapist, and for years I've been finding sex quite painful, and now I know that I can go to a physiotherapist, do your program, and I can start healing myself. So I'm really excited about that.
Yay. You can have a better quality of life. Yay.
And so can you.
Yes. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.